And look, past daily hot takes. Um, I'm fired up right now. I'm fired up. I'm angry. First of all, I streamed for a whole hour today, but this might be a long episode. We might have a whole discussion on this one. I streamed for an hour today after the game. First of all, congratulate the Warriors on a great hard fought win. It's probably one of the best playoff ones. Granted, let me stop myself. Y'all know I hate the Warriors. Y'all know I do not rock with the Warriors. I want the rain to end. You know all of that. It's well documented. But you can't do nothing but get your hats off to a championship performance. Like that was incredible, man. Falling down six and showing the heart that they showed to fight back and get the victory. You got to commend that. I mean, that's what basketball is all about. It's what being a champion is all about. Like when people talk about the heart of a champion, quote unquote heart of a champion, I think that you were shown that tonight. Like they're showing if you want this championship, if you want the crown of being the best team in the world, you got to come take it from us. But moving past all of that, all all series, all playoffs, ever since Kevin Durant went down, it's been speculation about what the injury was. Will he come back? I know you guys saw my tweet. I've been tweeting like, yo, I said I don't want KD to come back. I think that if he's not back by a certain point in time, should probably just rest him. You know, also I didn't think the man was healthy. Um, I don't think the Warriors did right by Kevin Durant. Allegedly, you guys may know by the time you hear this. I'm recording this at night. It's like 1 in the morning right now. I literally did a stream about it. I just hopped off the phone with a female friend, ranted to her about it for an hour, but the Warriors did not do right by Kevin Durant, and the Warriors have never done right by Kevin Durant, and that pisses me off. Um, the fan base throughout this whole run, oh, we don't need Kevin Durant. Uh, you know, uh, uh, he's just a luxury. We don't need him. He's not needed. He's not part of the core. Then you have Bob Myers, I think that's his name, parade last year, saying, "Oh yeah, we're gonna pay Steph, but you haven't been here from the beginning." You have Draymond Green, who called Kevin Durant from the parking lot after he got his world wrecked, and they lost a 3-1 lead to LeBron, Kyrie Irving, and the Cavs, calling Kevin Durant saying, "Yo, we need you." Then earlier on this season, you want to call the man all types of bitches on the sideline and proceed to go in the locker room and say, "We don't need you." And for the Warriors, there was Steve Kerr said after the game that the Warriors team doctor said that there was no further risk to Kevin Durant playing tonight. The Warriors did not do right by Kevin Durant, and I don't respect that. They sent that man out there to die. They sent that man out there like that, and that's disgraceful and that's disrespectful. I don't give a damn. I know all y'all talking about all the players want to play, yada yada yada. Like, no. At some point in time, the organization has to step over and say, no, you can't play. They did it for Clay. They did it for Clay in Game 3. They said, you know what, we don't want to risk any further injury. You know what, we gonna sit you out. You clearly see the man ain't healthy. The man, first, I don't know. To me, it's unprecedented. Like, I've never heard of anybody who goes through one practice, hasn't played in a month, first of all, has not played in a month, goes through one practice. Everybody, even Jalen Rose came on TV and said he saw a practice that did not go well 4 days before. Goes through one practice, and then he's thrown in the middle of an NBA Finals game. No minutes restriction. No minutes restriction. Ain't like the man had a minutes restriction. Ain't like they say, yo, we gonna go out there and play you 15, 20 minutes, nothing, nothing crazy. No minutes restriction. And you throw that man on the court, and within 13 minutes probably ruptures his Achilles tendon. They didn't do right by Kevin Durant. I don't fuck with that. There's no way that man should have been out there on that court in these NBA Finals. First of all, you have a grade 2 calf strain, right? Okay. With Kevon Looney, right? Even though I don't think Kevon Looney should be playing right now either. But the thing about Kevon Looney is you have a broken rib. So, like, you can't break bones that are already broken. It's just about how much pain you can take. Kevin Durant, for all intents and purposes, had a grade 2 calf strain, right? So, for those of you that don't know anatomy, the calf is connected to your Achilles, right? So I would think if you have a grade 2 calf strain, first of all, he said that he thought he might have torn his Achilles when he strained his calf. So I don't know how you think that it's okay to say there's no risk of further injury when, for one, a grade 2 calf strain, again, we're assuming it's a grade 2 calf strain because they never exactly came out and said what exactly it was, but we're going to assume it was a grade 2 calf strain. A grade 2 calf strain is about a month-long injury, right? So you're going to tell him there's no further risk of injury when the calf is connected to the Achilles. That doesn't make any sense. And for me, I'm mad at it, and I'm hurt by it, for one, because, look, I don't know KD. Don't know the man personally. I'm just a fan. Been a fan since high school, since college. I mean, I remember the man at Texas giving people drugs every night, going out there going for 30 consistently. One of my biggest moments in life. I mean, look, I asked the man a question. He got a little, pissed at me, but it's all good. Like, the streets wanted to know. The streets needed to know. So I had to ask a question. Ended up all over First Take. Ended up all over ESPN. I woke up to my voice on TV. I made a rap about it. I wouldn't have woke up to my voice on TV without Kevin Durant. That's something I sent to my parents. That's something I told my grandmother. I was very, very proud of that moment. That was my first time being on national television. My voice on national television, something that I asked Kevin Durant. So I feel like one of my biggest moments in life are intertwined with KD. This is somebody, again, I've always been a fan of, and I just don't think Kevin Durant deserved that. And I don't think the Warriors, I think, the players, obviously, probably, besides that little incident Draymond had, obviously, I think the players, Steph seemed extremely emotional about it. And again, I don't like watching Steph play basketball, but that has nothing to do with the kind of human being that Steph is. Steph seems like a amazing human being, a great person. Seems like all his teammates love him. Again, I don't know him, but it seems like all his teammates love him. Seems like a very stand-up dude. Somebody that you want all the great things for on earth. Clay seems mad cool. Like he just goes about his business. They even rock with Draymond. Draymond had a little, scuffle with KD, but whatever. Draymond is a highly emotional guy. Whatever. His teammates seem to love him. As far as the fan base, as far as the organization, I don't think that they appreciate KD the way they should. And I think that, granted, I can't prove this, but from all the reports that you've seen coming out over the past couple of days, it seemed like they were pressuring KD to get back on the court. Now, obviously, athletes always want to play, so I'm sure KD himself wanted to play, wanted to get back on the court. They're down 3-1. I want to help my guys win a championship. But even watching the game, right, there was a play, I think it was in the second quarter, right, in which Siakam got up on him and pressed him up, and KD just lost the ball. If KD's healthy, KD's not losing that ball. Even when guarding, Fred VanVleet, I think normally KD would probably be able to stand from the Fred VanVleet. He did a whole lot of grabbing and holding on Fred VanVleet on that play. Even walking into the arena, he looks like he's limping. Every time you've seen the man over the past week, got an ice pack on the calf. I don't understand as to why. Like, I understand you want to win championships. I understand that, all those things are important. But I think that at some point in time, you have to put player safety first. And I don't think they did that with Kevin Durant. I don't think they've done that with any of their players, period. I don't think that they've done it with Boogie. I don't think allegedly he's healthy, but I don't even think Boogie should be allowed to come back after the quad injury. Now, granted, I do want to commend him for holding Looney out. Because you would clearly see, like, throughout the game, like, Looney was, like, thriving in pain, bro. Like, I'm pretty sure every screen was bone-crushing. Like, every time when he fell, I'm pretty sure that was, like, you think he fell over Lowry, that was probably bone-crushing. You could see him on the bench thriving in pain. He probably, honestly, shouldn't even be out there right now. But I really just don't like the way that they treated Kevin Durant. And this is something that, changes the NBA forever. Like, for one, I think the Knicks' whole offseason plan has changed. I think the power of balance in the Western Conference, at least for the foreseeable future, has changed. I don't think that we'll see Kevin Durant next year. So we probably won't see Kevin Durant until the 2021-2022 season. You got hurt in June. Even Boogie, he went down in February with the Achilles, came back in January. It's basically 11 months. 11 months would put Kevin Durant for a return in next year's playoffs. After what I just saw, you going out and tearing your Achilles. After I just saw, what happened to Boogie, he comes back, tears his quad. I think it's best if he just takes a full year off, gets healthy, gets right, and tries to make a return for the 2021-2022 season. But I think the power of balance in the Western Conference has shifted. I think every team in the West, I mean, you look at how the Warriors look right now. I picked the Raptors in 6. I'm sticking with the Raptors in 6. Not going to waver that. I think that the Raptors, obviously, without Kevin Durant, have the better team. But I do want to say that I'm worried because I think that the Warriors are going to come out and play extremely inspired basketball. I think that, any aches and, pains and maybe, I don't know, like anything that might have put a dent in their determination. I think all those things are going away now. Like you see one of your soldiers has fallen. Literally, like he changed. He's no reason for KD to be out there, man. He changed literally the path of his career, his entire career. Like we probably saw KD leave his prime tonight, which is so unfortunate. Like, luckily I'm blessed to say that I think that what KD did in the Clippers series, I don't know if we'll ever see that ever again. I think that we probably saw prime KD might have died tonight. Now I don't know, but nobody comes, at least to this point, nobody has come back from an Achilles injury and started doing the exact same thing. KD's already 31, 32 years old. When he comes back, you'll probably say he's like 33 years old. At that point in time, I mean, most athletes aren't even in their prime at 33. That's pretty much like you're out of your prime at that point anyway. It'll be a full year off in basketball. Obviously, KD has already had injury return concerns. He broke his foot before. Had to have 2 surgeries on the foot. He basically missed a year of basketball that year. So prime KD might have died tonight. So when you see one of your leaders on your team go down like that, I'm pretty sure that they're going to play very, very inspired basketball, especially going back to Oracle for that one last time. Like, look, I think the Raptors can do it. I think they need to show more focus on what they showed tonight. I think Nick Nurse needs to be better. I think all of them, Kawhi needs to be better. Lowry needs to be better. Danny Green needs to be better. All of them need to be better. But I think they can win in Game 6. But I do think it would not shock me at all if the Warriors came back from 3-1. I think that they're going to play very, very inspired basketball. Now that KD seems to be down. But again, man, like this is why I'm never mad at athletes for not playing and for protecting themselves. This is why, like, I understand why Kawhi takes a whole year off. The team doctor saying that I'm good, which the Warriors team doctor saying, oh, you're not going to hurt yourself no more, but I go out and I tear my Achilles. So I feel Kawhi when he, say, oh, the team doctor say I'm good, but I ain't good. I'm sitting out. I feel players. Nobody knows their body better than a player. There is no way in hell Kevin Durant should have been allowed to play on that court tonight. And I just don't rock with that. The Warriors failed KD tonight. They failed KD. They failed him. And they've been consistently failing him, and they haven't appreciated him since he got here. The fan base hasn't appreciated him. I don't give a damn what they on Twitter talking about right now. The Warriors fan base has not appreciated Kevin Durant. I got all the tweets saying, oh, it looked better without you. The ball moved better without you. We play better without you. We don't need you. You just a luxury. We still do this, that, and the third without Kevin Durant. But you're not going to have him for a minute now. They failed KD. The owner, I'll never forget, championship parade. He basically, Bob Myers, basically said something to the tune of, oh yeah, we going to give Steph his money, but you ain't been here from the beginning. Motherfucker, you wouldn't have 2 rings without me. You ain't a back-to-back champion without me. The Warriors failed KD. They've never appreciated KD. I guarantee you Draymond not going to walk up to Klay Thompson and say we don't need you. I guarantee you he ain't going to walk up to Iggy and say we don't need you. So why you walking up to KD saying we don't need you? That man, the back-to-back finals MVP. They failed Kevin Durant, and they've never appreciated Kevin Durant. And tonight may have been the last time you ever see prime Kevin Durant. And there's he don't deserve to go out like that. Kevin Durant's supposed to have a very long career. Kevin Durant's supposed to, again, obviously he's going to come back. He's going to play. It's not the end of his career. But I don't know if we'll ever see the man that we saw before tonight, after tonight. And that hurts. It really does. Again, KD is somebody I've been watching my whole entire life. A top 5 moment in my life is because of Kevin Durant. Point blank, period. So I'm hot about that, man. Like, I've literally been ranting to a homegirl, about this. for an hour on the phone. Like, things like that just hurt. Honestly, like, I wasn't even into the game anymore until like the last 5 minutes of the fourth. Like when Kawhi hit that three, I was like, oh, okay, we hooping now. But literally up until then, I wasn't into the game. When KD went down, it kind of just zapped everything out the game. I think it shell shocked. I think the only person who wasn't shell shocked once KD went down was Boogie. I mean, Boogie popped in with straight energy off the bench. After he went down, I think the Warriors were shell shocked. I think the Raptors were shell shocked. I think everybody was shell shocked and just hurt because you don't want to see a great player go down like that. And again, I think that the trajectory of the Western Conference and of the NBA is forever changed because of this. Like, okay, you said Kyrie and KD was going to team up. Okay, well, now what Kyrie do? Does Kyrie go to Brooklyn by himself? Does he go to New York by himself? What do the Knicks do now? The Knicks are forced to develop talent and build. You thought you were going to sign Kevin Durant and, progress yourself 5 levels higher. That's not going to happen now. I would assume at this point, I don't know. Does KD opt in and take the player option for 34 and just sit out the whole year, or does he decline it and then he gives the supermax? I think the only way the Warriors can salvage the situation somewhat is just give KD the supermax. I think that he deserves that. Hands down, he deserves that. Like, the man literally went out there and changed his career trying to help his team win. Amidst all the talk that there was frustration within the organization, the fans frustrated about why he don't come back and play. Clearly, the man not healthy. I think you give him the supermax and you sit him out all year, or if he wants to, take, I think it's a $38 million player option. You opt in, take the $38 million, re-sign in the offseason. Next offseason for 5 years, $220 million, whatever you want to do. But yeah, I think the West has changed now. And I think the team that's changed for most, honestly, is the Lakers, honestly. You look at this Warriors team and you like, all right, look, Kevin Durant not playing next year, right? But he's going to take up money on all their books, right? Cool. So Klay's probably going to sign the max regardless. I don't think Klay's leaving regardless. Now, I think with everything and how everything's turned out, I think it's so much, as far as the players in that locker room, I think it's so much love going around that locker room right now that I don't think anybody's leaving. I think everybody's re-signing. But, so you bring Klay back, on the max, probably max out, KD. Steph is already on the max. So this team is what it is. And you see the struggles and the limitations with this team. Yeah, they're winning, but it's not the easiest for them to win. I think that if you take this team into next year, I think that they're vulnerable. They might not even make the finals, but I think the team that it's changed most for, honestly, is the Lakers. I think that if you're LeBron and you're the Lakers, you're looking at it like, yo, we really might have a chance. We really might have a chance to be in the finals next year, like dead ass. If LeBron can come out here, come back healthy, let's say you get Anthony Davis in a trade or whatever, and you sign some key pieces, some guys that just fit around that, you realistically have it like the West is actually wide open now. Kevin Durant is not going to play basketball next year. He is not going to play basketball next year. He's not playing next year. Period. Even if he does come back, it's in May? Which I don't think at that point he's coming back. Like, he would be basically coming back in the finals. You're not going to come back in the finals off of Achilles, especially, I don't think, after what happened today. Again, granted, it's not confirmed yet. It's not confirmed that it's a torn Achilles. But from all accounts, the way Bob Myers had his ass up at the podium crying, the way Steve Kerr responded to the Bob Myers, to the question about any regrets, the way Steph was choked up, the way Boogie was looking, the way Draymond was looking, it seems pretty clear that he tore his Achilles. So yeah, I think the West is wide open. I think the trajectory of NBA history has forever changed tonight. I think I tweeted before the game. I think I did tweet before the game. And everybody needs to just sit back and just realize that, we're recognizing history right now. That we're living through history right now. Like, these are this is, as far as this is one of the most legendary basketball games it's top 10 for sure. Probably even top 5. That I remember watching, I'll probably have to say, obviously, 2016, Game 7. Tonight, I'll probably have to say 98, Game 6, last shot. I probably have to say Game 6, 2013, legendary. And probably when trying to think maybe when the Lakers beat Boston in 7, but this is one of the most legendary nights of basketball all the way around. Like when the game was over, I literally had. I mean, I told people I was gonna go live after the game, but I literally had to like sit down and collect myself and just collect my thoughts because like wow, I mean the range of emotions that happen. I mean Kawhi goes on that run when he looks like he's about to submit himself as like the best player in the league and have his Jordan like moment, and then Clay comes back and like Clay's mind does not compute the same as the rest of us. I was watching the No Shield Gill podcast and he said that, and like literally some of the shots that he took, man, like you gotta have some audacity and some unlitigated gall about you to do the things that he did tonight. Shout out Steph as well. Like Steph definitely played his part, but man, Klay Thompson, you gotta have some shit inside you to do the things that he did tonight. And just, I mean, look, I don't like the Warriors, man. Everybody knows that, man. But with KD going down like that, man, it almost makes you root for him, man. Like you I mean, like, not to say that that's what sports is all about, but that's actually what sports is all about. Like, it's about laying all on the line for your teammates, you know, going out there, you know, sacrificing your body. And I mean, what bigger sacrifice did KD, like, has anyone, I don't think I can even think of a bigger sacrifice in the history of sports, damn near, since I've been watching sports, than what KD did tonight. There's no way KD should have been out there, man. You go out there and rupture your Achilles, it makes you just feel for Kevin Durant, and like, again, I don't like the Warriors, right? I do not like them, but it's almost even hard to root against them after what transpired tonight. I mean, look, the heart that they showed going up 6, the passion. I mean, when the Raptors went up 6, the passion, how you must feel for them. You know, how you see Steph up there, he's visibly hurt. Steve Curry's visibly hurt. Bob Myers, who I don't want to say is your fault, but I'm side-eyeing you. Side-eyeing you like shit. Because somebody up in that office should have made that call and say, we're not going to let you do this. You did it for Clay. That's what I'm saying. Like, look, if you just sent Clay out there in Game 3, I'm like, okay, you know what? Whatever. But you did it for Clay. And you didn't do it for KD. You did not. The Warriors as an organization did not do right by Kevin Durant. They told that man there was no further risk of injury. That don't even make sense. That don't make sense. Now, again, like I said, with Looney, I understand it. You broke a rib, right? You already broke the bone. You can't re-break a bone. If you strain a muscle, for those y'all that don't know what a muscle strain is, I mean you stretched out the tendons in your muscle when you strained it, right? So if you stretch out the tendons in your muscle, which is a calf muscle, right? If you look at where the ice pack was, he had the ice pack basically on like where the Achilles and where the calves attached. Even when you see the injury, you see it pop because you see like his calf, you literally see his calf separate from his Achilles. There's no way that man should have been out there. If this was a regular season, that man would have been out for at least a month and a half. You send that man out there with a month after one practice. Like, look, I could see if the man had been practicing for like a week, 2 weeks, got him a couple scrimmages in. You sent that man out there after one practice and put that man in the NBA Finals. Not even like you put that man in a regular season game. You put that man in the most intense environment of basketball you possibly could. In the NBA Finals, dog. There's no way that man should have been out there tonight. I'm going to keep saying it. The Warriors did not do right by Kevin Durant tonight. And they never have. They've never appreciated him the way they should. Fan base included. I don't give a damn what they on the internet saying tonight. I don't give a damn. I be at war with Warriors Twitter all the goddamn time. I'm one of the people that's in the minority that said I enjoy watching the Warriors more when Kevin Durant came. Kevin Durant made the Warriors watchable to me. I hated the way they played before. So I remember the fan base saying, he slowed the offense down. We better without him. We don't need him. All these things that y'all were saying all season. I remember it. again, I remember Draymond yelling at, Kevin Durant and saying we don't need you and calling them all type of bitches. You wouldn't have done that to Steph. You wouldn't have done that to Clay. You wouldn't have done that to Iggy. You wouldn't have done that to them, but you did it to Kevin Durant. I remember the owner, on the Bob Myers, saying that bullshit at the parade in front of all them fans. I remember that. Even though it was a joke, why you joking with me like that, bro? Don't joke with me like that, bro. The Warriors never did right by Kevin Durant. And it saddens me that, again, we might have seen the very last of prime Kevin Durant. We might have seen it. Now, granted, I mean, look, modern medicine gets better every year. We're in 2020. Given how Rudy Gay has looked off the Achilles, he's looked decent. Boogie looked decent before, he went down again. He looked decent. So you never know. I mean, look, I don't think KD will come back and be averaging like 17 points. No. I think KD will still go out there and get you with 24, 25. But it's not going to be the same, man. I don't know if we ever going to see the guy we saw in the Clipper series again. And that hurts me. But at the same time, I'm blessed. I'm thankful that, I at this point in time in my life, I can say that, when I have my own children, and they ask me about certain people, I saw LeBron play live. I saw Michael Jordan play live. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure I remember being in the box seats in like 96, when I don't know about 96, 95 or something like that. I think they played a game against the Magic. I feel like I remember being there for that game and seeing Michael Jordan. I mean, just being in the arena. Like, obviously, I would have been mad young, but I feel like I remember being in the arena for a Michael Jordan game. I've seen Allen Iverson. I've seen Steph Curry, seen Klay Thompson, seen Kevin Durant, seen what have I seen? I've seen Dame, seen Kyrie, saw Gilbert. I think I saw the game when Gilbert actually hit the game winner against the Bulls. I don't know if I say Allen Iverson, but I seen Allen Iverson, seen LeBron, seen Chris Paul. Point being, I've seen a lot of greats, right? So I'm happy and blessed to say that if this was the last of Kevin Durant, I'm happy to say that I got to see it, and I'm happy to say that in some small way. Again, obviously, it's a small way. A man might not even remember answering my question, but I'm always remember that shit. I'm happy to say that in some small way, I feel like I was a part of it. If this is really the last time we ever gonna see KD be KD, I'm happy to say that, I was a part of it and I witnessed it in person. Again, the thing he did against the Clippers is the greatest offensive exhibition I have ever seen in my life. And I've seen a lot of people play basketball in person. But in person, that's the greatest offensive expedition I've ever seen in my life. Period. So again, if tonight was the end of prime KD, it sucks. The Warriors should be ashamed of themselves sending that man on that court like that. Everybody involved with that organization. And I urge athletes to always go get a second and third opinion. Forget them team doctors. You got to remember, the team doctors do not have your best interest at hand. The team doctors are hired by the team. So they have the team's best interest in hand. It is in the Warriors' best interest if Kevin Durant dragged his motherfucking ass out there on the court. It was not in Kevin Durant's best interest if he dragged his motherfucking ass out there on the court. Period. So again, I'm disgusted. I'm disappointed. I'm hurt. Prayers up for KD. But I think we all got to just step back, and everybody who's a fan of the NBA and, a fan of basketball in general, even if you're just a fan of life, bro, seriously, like all of these moments tie into life. You got to step back and realize that what you're witnessing right now is history. You just saw a moment tonight that you will never see again. You could watch basketball 100 years. You'll never see another game like what you saw tonight. Ever. So you got to sit back and realize that this series, everything you witnessing right now, is history. I don't know what's going to happen from here on out. Again, I'm saying Raptors in 6. I said it before the series. But regardless, you got to understand, what you about to witness right now is history. You could watch basketball for 100 years. You ain't going to never, ever see the things that you saw in these past 2 weeks replicated ever again. So understand what you're watching. Prayers up for Kevin Durant again. We don't know if it's a torn Achilles yet. I personally, everybody's saying it is, but we don't know. I was gonna hold on to this until the morning, but forget that. Put it out now. But prayers up for Kevin Durant. Sucks that one of my favorite players ever had to go out like that today. But yeah, man, signing off, man. Pal Daily Hot Takes.